thank you guys for showing up here as we continue on the journey to learn this course. Cybersecurity is we try to get ready for jobs, or trying to get ready to get skills that will get us hired into positions from all the studying that you guys have been doing with the course and the different certifications that everyone is pursuing. So today's session is more, I don't know if Sarah Darlington has shared the documents with you, but today is more of like a practical session from what we were doing last week. So we're just kind of like picking up there, and today we'll be actually doing some things, some practices, some exercise that you guys are going to be doing, because the environment is now available. It's in Azure, as we were talking about before, and that's where we are going to deploy the rest of the resources, and that's where we're going to do a lot of the things that we'll be doing. And today, as I said, it's going to be basically a practical lesson where everyone has to take part. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth, and a lot of screen sharing, because if you are facing challenges, or you can share your screen, we can see how you are doing it, and we help each other to go through these exercises. So I really hope that everybody is ready to dive deep into this and get into this Rita Africa Lab company, fictitious company that we have created, that has an infrastructure that we want to be working on. Okay, so let me try and share my screen so that everyone can see. Yeah, good evening, Prosper. How are you doing? Can everyone see my screen? And is anyone having issues before we go? Okay, great. Okay, great. Right, I can see that a lot of people are ready. Okay, so this is the curriculum. So this is what we were doing last week, which was more into the networking part of cybersecurity, which is the defensive part of the network. And like I said, previously, that even in a lot of things that you are going to be doing, whether you're going to then focus on ethical hacking and you're going to be breaking down things, you need to understand the network, because still that's how you're going to access resources, and how you to even if you're doing penetration testing or just auditing, you need to have fundamental understanding of network, because it's everywhere. I mean, without it, it wouldn't be here. So that's what we are going to be looking at. So last week we were just doing a lot of talking, a lot of theory, but today we are going to be actually doing the things, as I said. So if I go back to, there's a document, I hope that everybody received it. If someone doesn't have the document, okay, can you zoom it out a little bit? Okay, how do I zoom from here? Is it better? Okay, I hope that yeah, I hope that everyone can see. So I was saying that I hope that Say Darlington has shared this document with you, because it's going to have the steps that we will be following as we do these things. So if anyone has not doesn't have this document, just let me know. I'll drop the documents in the chat. So I expect everyone to be opening the document, so that we can see as we go through together. And if anyone has challenges, like I said, you can just raise your hand, or you can just pop up in the chat, and you can share your screen, and we can see the challenges that you are having, and then we can walk you through how to resolve those things and explain a lot of other things that you may have. And if you have questions too, you can also ask. So yeah. So this is building a secure network for Richer Africa Labs. Like I said, we do have an environment that we are going to be working with. This is a fictitious company that we have created. So we are assuming you are network security engineer that is in a position to build the network as well as to secure it, to make sure that everything is going okay in the network. So these are the skills that you're going to come up from here with. And remember that we are going to do this during these 2 hours, but it doesn't mean that during these 2 hours is where you're going to get all these skills and all of a sudden you know everything. But it gives you a baseline of what you'll be looking at. And after this, we're going to have assignments and exercises that you guys can then go ahead and log into the environment at your time and try some things out, because it's all about you taking all these practices and stuff. And if you can take screenshots and capture some little videos as you have results, that will be helpful for you as you'll be creating your portfolio. Okay, so these are the skills that we're going to come out from this. We have going to come out with cloud security and identity management. So we're working in Azure, so we're going to be working with the role-based access control, multi-factor authentication. I'm sure most of you guys already know multi-factor authentication. And role-based access control is basically just a secure way of assigning permissions. So let's say that you are an administrator and you have people that are under you that are juniors, and their job is just to reset user passwords. You just want to give them the rights that allows them to do that. But in Azure, they take it to the next level, because you can actually say, okay, you can give them a timeline to say, okay, if you want to do this, you have to request the permissions, and you get the permissions granted to you for a certain period of time. And after you're done with your job, those permissions will be taken away from you. This is very important because, just looking in the history, you see that you have a lot of companies that have these IT departments, and you can start as a junior engineer, and by the time 10 years has passed on, you're probably a senior engineer there, and you've amassed a lot of permissions that you no longer even use, and that is not right. So that's not right. So that's the other thing that you will be working on. We're going to learn VPNs for the client VPN and SSL VPN, what it is. Like we said, every environment has to be secure, which means you're plugging in the holes, you're putting a dual around. And then if you put a dual around, what about you if you are not in the environment and still need to access it? So if you need to access it, you're not going to open it to the internet, to the world, to say, okay, we're going to remove the dual because I need to access from another place. But what you can do is you can put a tunnel and opening into the dual that you only can access. Okay, so that's a VPN. A VPN allows you to connect to a remote network, which it could be whether in the cloud or on premise, and it's a tunnel that gets created between your computer. Give me 1 second, 1 quick second. All right, so we go to Windows Active Directory, which is one of the big skills out there. And I know a lot of other people have interest in Windows environments. Active Directory is one of the things that you have to learn because it's a powerful. What is Active Directory? It's just an identity and access control solution. So what we mean is that's where users gets created. That's where groups gets created. That's where permissions gets assigned. That's what Active Directory is. That's where you can join your computers. So if you have a company, that has a lot of computers. For example, let's say you're running a company with 500 computers. You are the IT admin there. And you need to install some applications on these computers. It's going to be a nightmare for you to walk from one computer to the other until you finish. So you're going to need a centralization, a central solution where you can do these things on this computer in one place. So that's what Active Directory is. You can join your computers to it, and you can do a lot of other things that you wouldn't be able to do if you didn't have it at a larger scale. So you can scale, you can install applications using it. So that's what Active Directory is. And because of that, it being like a very important part of many environments, many networks, it is important for us as well as the network security guys and cybersecurity to be very aware of how it works. and how to use it, because like I said, that's where users get created, that's where permissions gets assigned, that's where a lot of things happens. So you want to make sure it is as secure as it should be. So that's one of the things that we're going to pass through, and then we're going to look into what is known as the intrusion prevention, IPS, and threat detection, which is a tool that is like a database that monitors all the known security threats out there, and it compares it with your network. So yeah, just these are the concepts. You can go through it when you get time, but this is the environment I believe I've shown you last week. So what we have right now is we have this part here. Wish I had a cursor or something that I can use to add. But we have this part here that says internet intra ID 40get VM in subnet A3, which has the Windows Server AD. So we don't have all this part to do with Linux, Splunk, and Kali at the moment, but as we go, we are going to be deploying them. So this environment is already in existence. So that's what we'll be working on. So look at it, understand it. If you have questions, feel free to ask as well. So just quickly, there's one thing I needed you guys to know. It's called ChatGPT. I'm sure all of us know it. There's also Copilot. This is one of the most important tools you should have. Like the reason why is because all the information is into this thing. So you're not going to have a situation where you're gonna know much more than it does. So as a security engineer, you want to have it close by. In fact, you always have to have like a tab with your ChatGPT or Copilot open, because you're gonna be working with it a lot, and it improves your job. You make sure you do your things quickly. Okay, right now, by saying that, I mean that please make sure that you have a ChatGPT on your browser opened. You could be signed in or not signed in, but make sure that you do have a ChatGPT close by every time. Okay, because if you have something that you face, you want to go there, type it in, and then let it help you to troubleshoot. This is one of the important skills that you need to have. Okay, enlarge the screen. Okay. Let me try and do that. Is everyone having challenges? Adewumi somewhere? Is it better? Okay. While still we're at that, just let me know if you need me to review it more open again. Maybe I can try the dark mode or something. Okay, we're just waiting for the people that are typing. But for everyone, please send the link to the chat. Okay, which link is this? Do you mean the link that is on the... Okay, let me send this document to you. I don't know if... let me send this document. Able to send it here. Anyone who can help me with if I can send the documents here? Is there a way to do that? If that's what you guys are asking about. Okay, so this is the first step, guys. Let's go through the first step. Check your current public IP address. You only go into this what is my IP address browser. So that's one of the links that you can use. So you click there, and then you go on your browser, okay? And it will show you the public IP address that you have like this. Okay, I'm going to let me bring on a browser here so that I can show you that as well. Okay. So, like I said, everyone, what is my IP address? Please do this and take note of it. Okay. And please follow steps because I'm going to need you guys to be sharing your screen as well as we go through the course. And now we are now downloading the FortiClient VPN on our computers. So please click on this link, which says Fortinet product downloads, and you should go to this page. The other way you can get to this page is by doing this. You just type in FortiClient VPN download like this, and then you click on the first link that comes up. Okay. Once you get here, you download the one that is that is for your operating system. So here, the FortiClient VPN only is what we are. So you scroll all the way down, you go to FortiClient VPN only. You click on download for Windows if you're on Windows, and you click on download for Mac OS if you're on MacBook. I hope everyone is doing it because we are going to need to know if you are having challenges or anything. So please download this and okay, let's see what is. So it seems as if they now want you to consent. So you can click here, just fill in these details, and then you click on download now. It should download you the installer. Okay. Let me know when you've downloaded the VPN. Just put in any company, or you can, if this one is giving you issues, let's try to download the ZTNA one here. Just click on the ZTNA edition. Just click on OK. If the other one is giving you issues, let's click it. This one is a TNA. You should just click there and it'll download, and then you double click on it. So you just double click and it start to download in the background. So let me know if everyone is going through this. So it's just double clicking. You click on yes, and it will do this. And it will start to download the image. And based on your internet speed, it will be quicker or slower. If there's anyone who's already downloaded it and installed it, just let me know in the chat. Okay, so once you are down or you have installed it, it should look like this. And I don't know if you guys can unmute yourself, but if you want to ask something, I think it will be quicker if you can just unmute yourself and just speak. Please let me know, guys, once you've installed it. You can even send screenshots of where of the stage you are. I know it's gonna take a little bit of time to download, for those who doesn't have fast internet speed, but for the benefit, for the just benefit of that, maybe it's downloading in the background. We can continue with some of the things that I want you guys to look at as it downloads. So while this downloads, let's get through how you set it up and what that means. So once you've installed the FortiClient VPN, okay, Yvonne has sent something. Okay, thank you very much. That's good. So it's downloading in the background. Let's just wait for it to finish. Okay, so I hope everyone is doing the same. SSL VPN is a VPN that uses a protocol called SSL to encrypt the tunnel. It creates a tunnel that allows you to connect to a network remotely. So if you can see from this screen here, I do hope that people are seeing it clearly. Maybe it's not so visible, but I hope that you do have the document. If you do, that's going to help. So you are going to put, so we have the connection name. This connection name is optional. You can put whatever you want in there, but you want to put something that is descriptive, right? Because you will find that as we go, you will actually be having a lot of VPN connections that you might have to different places. So you need to name it in a descriptive way. So like in this case, Rita FGT, which is a FortiGate SSL VPN, and the remote gateway is the public IP address of the endpoint that we are trying to connect to. So what is the endpoint? The endpoint is the firewall FortiGate. The FortiGate firewall that we deployed last week in the environment is the one that has this remote gateway. That's the public IP address. This is a public IP address that is accessible over the internet. But it's not open. Every port is not open on this. There is one thing that I would then want you guys to see later, but let's get the FortiClient downloaded first. But yeah, that's what it is. Remote gateway is just the public IP address of the firewall, the interface that we want to connect to. So if you have the FortiGate in another branch, that you want to connect to the public IP address on the FortiGate is what you put here. Now, the custom port is a just TCP port that is going to be used for the connection. Okay, because normally HTTPS port number 443 is the one that gets used by default, but you want to customize it to a different port. Why? Because you want to keep port 443 closed, because that's how people hack you. So that's why we have 10443 instead of 443 in the port there. Then you're going to put in your username. Again, I do hope that everyone has received the documents. If anyone hasn't, please let me know. Okay, Frank says mine is not downloading. What does it say? Is it stuck at 0%? Can you send like a picture? Like how it looks like? Okay. So Frank, if you were trying to download this FortiClient VPN only and it was giving you issues, can you go and mine requesting I should print? Can you please send like a screenshot of what you have? Can you, if you were trying to download the other one, can you please download the one that says ZTNA edition? Yeah, the ZTNA edition. Can you click on the ZTNA edition one and just click there? It will download in the background. Click, it will download. Once done, double click it, and then it will start downloading. But great. That's what we want to see. We want to see people trying, having issues, and we go and resolve them. If there's anyone who has theirs fully downloaded and they have installed, please just send us a screenshot that you have downloaded and installed so we can go through the setup process together. The quicker we do it, the better because of the time. Okay, so let me go back to what I was talking about. So I was saying you are going to put the connection name, just put it as it looks like. And I explained what a remote gateway is. That's the public IP address that lets you connect to the firewall, right? Okay. I hope everyone is trying. And then, so if you look at the Excel file, I send an Excel file, the username and passwords that are there that are generic. Okay. Let me open the file. I hope everyone has this file. Okay. If there's anyone without, just confirm. Just tell us. But it does have the same password and they have a username, so you can pick any number that if you can see the chart the way I see it, you can count. You can count your number. Like if you can count the people, like if it's Frank, is appearing as the first person on my screen, so that is going to be number one. If that's how it looks for you, or you can just randomly pick a number when we are installing, maybe 30 or something, and then once you pick it, you drop it in the chat. Should we take the advanced persistent threat? Can I see? Can I see a picture of what you mean? Can I see a picture of what you mean? Because after you've downloaded this, it will look like this, and you double click it. Then you say yes, if it prompts you to do changes, whatever. And then it goes here. After it finishes downloading, then it's just going to install. Can you show me the advanced persistent thread that you are having issues with? Okay. That's Adebayo. If you can, Adebayo, if you can, send a screenshot of what you mean. Right. So so yeah, I was saying, just pick a number on the Excel sheet if you have it, and if you say you are student number 4, just type in the chat so people cannot take your what's already been taken. So you just pick in an account after it's finished downloading. Pick in an account, just pick one and drop the number so we don't cause confusion. Okay. Wanangwa says my account is 30. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing the names correctly. But yeah, that's great. That's great. We like to see that. So if you pick a number, just, like what Wanangwa did, just let us know. And if there's anyone who is finished downloading and installing, just let us know too, so we can proceed. Okay, so if after you put in these details, like I said, you are going to, when it has installed, you are going to click configure if there's a configure option, or add new connection if there's a add new connection, and then you plug in these numbers. Make sure the SSL VPN is the one that is ticked, like exactly how it looks like here. Like the gray part is on SSL VPN, and you put in these details which I explain, and then from the number that you have chosen, you put in the username and the password, and you hit on connect. When it connects, it's just going to prompt you to accept a certificate. So you're gonna click to accept the certificate. Again, SSL use certificates for authentication and stuff, so that's why it pops up, and it's certificates is one of the things that is very important, again, that you need to know. So you're gonna accept the certificate, and then the connection would be made. It will show you that it is connected, and then it will disappear from the screen. And if you go to the corner of your computer where you have your Wi-Fi icon, there should be like a drop up. I don't know if it's a drop up or whatever you might call it, drop down. You can click there and you can see that there will be a sign like this. Okay, I have the picture here. So if you go here, you see that there will be a sign of this, and your internet is gonna drop momentarily, actually, if you don't have like a high speed one. And this will come like this because now you're no longer connecting to your ISP internet, you're connecting to the Azure internet once you're connected on the VPN. You would actually be getting internet from Azure instead of from your normal ISP. Please let us know if there's anyone who is installed and if there's anyone that is having challenges. You may be wondering, why do we have, is it TNA? What is this meeting recorded that we can go through later? I think we can do that. We can record the meeting. I'm not sure if I'll be, Frank, would you be able to assist with recording the meeting so people can have it after?
Our meetings are usually recorded.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
just a matter of they do get them probably like a few days after.
okay, okay. All right. So yeah, you have it. The meeting will be recorded and then you can have it. The problem is my images refuse to drop on the chat here. Okay. The download is taking so much time. All right. I wonder why it's not allowing you to paste a picture. But which stage were you at, Olajide, when you say my image, which stage were you at? Was it fully installed or was it during the installation or was it during the download? What is the during installation? Okay, during installation, it says, what did you say? Should we take the advanced persistent thread? I think, no, don't take it. I don't think it's important. Just go ahead and do the installation without it. We just want the VPN there. So the rest of the other stuff, remote access, yes, remote access. Yeah, keep it like that. We want remote access. Actually, the other whatever features they are trying to get you to take, just don't take them. Take only the remote access one when you're installing. So the rest of the stuff we don't need it. Yeah, in vulnerable scan tick, you can just disable it. If it doesn't allow you to tick, it's no problem. Just go and install. I really hope I had a computer where I could install that VPN so we could do it together. But yeah, that's great. That's kind of like the spirit we want to see. That's the spirit of learning and being persistent with things. That's how you learn. That's the important part of labs because you face challenges and then you get to learn through solving those challenges. This is why I said everyone have a page of ChatGPT open. Um, but the next phase is all the options ticked already. Um, I wish I could see like your screen. Okay, can you remove antivirus? Just remove anything else that is not VPN, that is not remote access. Yeah, those things, just remove them. Web filtering, we don't need them. They are changing their stuff all the time. So now they are trying to push, because actually that's why we wanted to download the VPN only um, because of that problem. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, great. Okay, how does it look like? It's okay. Okay, Frank is having challenges with that server. All right, Frank, the other thing you can try to do, I really hope I could, share with people in an MSI file or something like that. You can restart your computer if you can do that, and then you come back and you join the chat again and you try to download again. It's requesting for server address. Let me open mine. Does it look like this? Is there where it says remote access or configure remote access? Okay. And when you go to configure remote access, do you see something like this? Can you fill in the details? Do you have the document? If you have the document, can you fill in the details as they are on the document like this? Okay. So if you have the document, put in the details. Guys, is for all of us, are there other people that are trying to install, or is it still downloading? I saw a couple of people that were downloading above. Okay, he says zoom out. Let me share this. Let me do this. Is it better? So I'm going to paste the public IP address in here. Yeah, yeah. License agreement. Can you just accept the license agreement, Yvonne? So Olajide, you can put the public IP addresses. I put it in here, and the all right. So Yvonne, untick most of the options and leave the remote access one. If you can share screenshots, just take a screenshot and share in the chat. Okay. The rest of the team, how are we doing? Is the call on? Okay. Yvonne, can you just untick the vulnerability scan? Untick the vulnerability scan and continue to install. Thank you. I like that. Or you're asking about the connection name. Okay, great. So the connection name is not written in on a rock. You can just use any name you want, but that's the name that we have. So put in that. Okay, Yvonne, just don't tick anything. Click on next and proceed. Okay, the rest of the team, I hope you guys, we are trying. And is there anyone that's having issues? If you can update us on whether you are still downloading or you are still installing, that would be great. Okay, Frank, no problem. Is it now going on through? The other thing, what I'm going to do as well is that, oh, okay, still stuck. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some videos for you guys as well. I'm going to push, say Darlington to push those things to you so that you can follow a video too. Can I use any name as my username? And now you need to use do you have the Excel file? There's an Excel file that I think that was shared with you.
Sir, can I disturb you for a second?
Yeah, no problem.
I think when it comes to sharing, you see on your screen, right?
Yeah.
There's at the bottom there, on the bottom left, there's a name on the bottom left of the window of Teams.
Okay, bottom left, there's a name.
Bottom left, yes. Do you see it?
Sharing bar, let's see. Let's see, let me open it like this. Do you see my screen?
I see it, but at the bottom left, there should be just that it's split. But if you combine it, if you combine everything,
if I combine everything as in all the
the
pages of the
chat and
Teams.
everything, yes. On the bottom left, it should be showing a name. Let me just send you a screenshot so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you. Okay, send a screenshot.
You see at the bottom left, down there where it says help desk team.
Yeah, yes, I see it.
Do you have the same option on your side?
I don't have that option.
Try and minimize it, because I think it's because it's maximized. Not, yeah, scale it down.
Okay, scale it down. No, that's not it. I mean, like this.
When you go to the chat there, let's just see, because now I'm noticing that Windows 11 and Windows 10 uses different types of Teams, different versions of Teams.
Okay, but I'm supposed to look for help team, and then that will allow me to share. Is that correct?
Yes, because it allows you to go into a chat, and then after that chat, after you're inside that chat, you'll see a money pin, which allows you to actually upload documents there.
Okay. because the only options I see here is loop comments. And if I
Yeah,
click on,
because on that side, on that side,
I won't be able to see it.
you will not be able, because you need to select that the team. So you have to send it through the channel.
Okay. All right. Let me figure that out. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out if I can share the documents with you guys. Otherwise, everyone just keep on trying. Just keep on trying. Yeah, Yvonne. Yeah. You can configure VPN. Thanks, Olajide, for assisting. That's what I want to see. Just trying to figure out a way of sharing. Wanangwa, it's not the jack password. Find just find a number, like what the other guys are doing. Find a number, and then you will be able to have it. The password is the same for all accounts, so you can use the same that password. Okay, everyone, let's keep on trying. Okay, let me
So
send a
let me
screenshot.
just upload it on Google on my Google Drive, then I share the link with everyone.
Okay, I think that's amazing. Thanks, Frank.
Okay.
Just gotta figure out this next time. Yep. So Frank is getting the documents ready for everyone so that everyone can actually see. Okay, did you see the screenshot that I sent? Yes, leave client certificate is none, exactly. So if you see my screen, if you can see my screen, these are the accounts. So you're just picking one account and you appended a number between 1 and 30. Yvonne, can you see the screenshot that I pasted in the chat? Open the screenshot and you see everything, the remote desktop and everything. Yes, go ahead and save. Yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead and save, and then you click on connect. Once you enter the password, you click on connect, and then you might, like I said, you might. So it's under my assumption that everyone can see the chat. So for everyone, they can scroll all through the chat and find a number that's not picked. I already know numbers that were picked. Let me drop them here. So student number 2 was picked. And student number 30 was picked, I think. So Yvonne, I'm sending you so you can use those details I did send. Oh, Frank just came along with the link. So click on the link, guys, and go and download those files so everyone can have access. Click on the links, and then you can have access to the files that has the steps. Okay. Once you've done exactly similar, click on save and connect. It will drop your network for a little bit and you come back online and tell us that you are connected. Unable to establish the VPN connection. The VPN server might be. Okay, let me. Okay, no problem. Give me 1 second. Okay, Olajide, thank you very much. I hadn't powered on the virtual machines. So we want to keep the virtual machines off because we don't want them to do extra charges. But just give them a second. Give them a second, and then you can try again. Yvonne, no, you are not enabling that box. Please check out the screenshot, Yvonne, that I sent you up there, and make sure that that screenshot it looks exactly as what you have on your computer. Also, you can click the Excel sheet and the PDF that Frank has shared. There is the information as well. Yeah, I think so, Frank. I think it could be internet speed. I will try. You know what I'll do next time? I'll try to do what you just did with the documents. I'll put an MSI installation and a link that you can click and should be downloading the installation files for you. So along with the videos that you can then go in and follow up. Okay. I see Olajide says they are connected now. Yvonne, how far are you? Also going to connect. Is connection denied. Okay, so connection denied means you've entered the wrong username and password. Okay, so make sure you typed in Rita Student 23 and the password with an exclamation mark. Can you check on your username and password and try again? You can also click on the Excel sheet and pick up a number there. Number 23, you can see it on the Excel sheet and try again. Okay, Olajide, can you tell me if you've seen the documents that have been shared by Frank? Because the next step is to check what is my IP address so you can see that the IP address that you have, when you go to this link here, what is my IP address? After you connected, click there and you will see that the IP address should be the same as the one that you put on the VPN itself. Still permission denied. Yeah, can you change the number to any other number like 2 or 3? And can you take screenshots of your VPN settings? And share with me. So Yvonne, if you can see my screen, this is how it looks like. If you click here, you see where it says edit the selection, selected. Yes, Olajide has done the other step. Great, great. Thank you very much. That's what we want to say. Now you know that the internet you are getting is not, you're getting it from Azure now. So Yvonne, I'm waiting for you. And the rest of the team that are maybe trying in the background, just keep on trying. And if you have issue, please let us know so that we can assist you. So Yvonne, these settings should look like this, right? And on username here, you put your username. So like I said, there's a link with the Excel sheet with the username and passwords. You can pick one of them. We don't have a lot of them taken already. So pick one of them and try again. Make sure that you are entering the correct detail, please. Yvonne, just update us on where you are. If you're still getting the error. If you're getting the error, like I said, send screenshots of your settings. If you click at the bottom, you will see where it says edit connection, and send a screenshot. Great. So the number probably was taken. You were right. So we have Yvonne and we have Olajide. And is there any other person? I know Frank had a challenge downloading. Is there any other people? Even if you have a challenge downloading, you can just let us know that, oh, mine is stuck as well. So we know that that's the issue we can resolve the next time. Okay, I see Prosper's typing. So just by doing that exercise, you've done one of these exercises that we wanted you guys to do, which is to implement a VPN. So now you're connecting to Azure environment. Okay, if I go up top here, you can see that this is you, and you are now connected to the FortiGate firewall, which Olajide is confirmed. Okay, Prosper says, I do not have an Azure account. No, you actually, Prosper, don't need an Azure account at the moment. We have the account that everyone is using. So you can actually use. So if you, Prosper, if you go on the chat, you can see the links that Frank has shared. There is 2 documents, one with the steps, one with the username and passwords. Go to the one with the steps. It looks like the one that I'm opening on my screen, if you can see my screen. And you follow on the steps, and if you face challenges, put in the screenshots and we can assist. Okay, so this environment is for everyone to use to do tests, not only for now, but even after this course, you still have access to it, and you can still access it and follow the exercise that I'll leave you guys with. Thanks, Frank, for doing that. Okay, so we have Olajide, we've won and a couple of other people that have connected, but they're not with us. So Yvonne, if you have the file, if you have the this link, go and click on the what is my IP address link and see if your IP address has changed to the one which begins with 1 or 2 like Olajide at the top there. So connecting to your VPN client, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the things that you are going to be doing on a daily basis when you're working on your job. The first thing you'll be doing is connecting to a VPN because it allows you to connect to I am getting the message, unable to establish VPN connection, the VPN server. Okay, Prosper, so the IP address that you've entered is probably not correct. So if you can see my screen, Prosper, you can click here at the breadcrumb sign, click there and do edit selected connection, and you come back to the settings. And when you come back to the settings, please make sure the public IP address, the remote gateway is this that I'm pasting right now, as it is. The remote gateway is like that, and you click on customize port. In fact, let me send it again. Let me take a screenshot. It's okay, Yvonne, great. We love to see that. So Prosper, that screenshot, make sure the IP is correct and make sure you pick your username and password is correct and you click on connect and update us. So for those that have connected, those that haven't, don't worry, that is still downloading, don't worry. If you drop us a message, I can go back and we can help you. So I'm going to connect again. That have connected, the next step is logging into the Windows Active Directory server for everyone. Okay. Right. So the username and the password we are going to use for this section is still the same as the one that you used for your VPN. Okay. Let me repeat that. The username and password that you're going to use for the desktop connection is the same username and password that you've used for your VPN. Okay. Alajide, I know you've connected. So I assume that you are now at this stage. So what you're going to do, you're going to open the remote desktop client on your machine. So if you say remote desktop client, it will bring something that looks like this. And if you see on the steps, that's how it looks like. Just open it. And it will look like this when you open it. You might not have these details already plugged in. Does it poses any disadvantage not connecting to Azure environment when working? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the question, but uh, so connecting to the Azure environment is so you can do tasks in the Azure environment, so you can access resources, like what we are now doing, right? The next step, like I said, is connecting to remote desktop. So you open the remote desktop application on your computer. Please let me know once you open it. Remote desktop connection. Type in on your Windows search bar remote desktop and it will open this thing. And once you open this thing, I want you to put in the IP address that is in the steps, that is this is a private IP address. Okay. On the remote desktop, put in 10.0.1.4, which is a private IP address. A private IP address wouldn't be accessible if we were not connected on the VPN. So to answer your question, Olajide, does it pose any disadvantage not connecting with the VPN? So let's say you want to administer, maybe you want to give a new user access to an application, right? Let's say you're working and they come in, you have a new employee, and I have been tasked with the job of give them access to a application they use. Probably an accountant. They use an accounting software like QuickBooks or something, right? You have to be giving them access. Okay, so that's when the VPN comes in. Now you connect to the VPN, so you can connect to the server, so you can create their user ID and um, give them credentials and help them do their work. And you disconnect the VPN once you've done with the configuration. Now, does it pose disadvantage? No, it's a solution to otherwise. The other way you could have connected to this server that we're about to connect is to use the public IP address of it. But if you do that, you open up the network, so it's no longer secure and people can hack into it. So the VPN is there to make sure that I meant to add the VPN instead of Azure. Yeah, you can. Does it a disadvantage? I meant to the VPN instead of Azure though. Mm. This doesn't only apply to Azure, it applies to AWS, it applies to Google platform, it applies to a network that is on premises, which is just a network for Facebook, to network for WhatsApp. It applies for network for LinkedIn. All these applications, they have everything similar like what we are doing here. All these companies, they have this set up for securing their environment. Olajide and everyone, please let me know if you have connected to remote desktop, please. So you see, after I enter my details, I can connect to the remote desktop. Remote desktop can't connect. Um, Olajide, are you still connected on the VPN? If you go to this part right here that I sent in the chat, Olajide, are you able to see that you're connected to the VPN? If you are, then also can you confirm that for your remote desktop, you plugged in this IP? Oh, Yvonne has got it. Yvonne, can you click on yes? Just that yes to accept the certificate, and then it will log you into the server. Olajide says that he used this 10.0.1 IP and it said can connect. Are you still? So for username and password, Frank, are you using the same username and password that you've used for your VPN? And are you able to take a screenshot and paste in here? Yvonne, can you paste a screenshot once you've connected to the remote desktop? Or I know there was someone, or Prosper, sorry. Prosper said permission is denied, the error message. So Prosper, that error is a username and password that is incorrect. So if you have access to the Excel, find another account and try that one. Just find another account. Just make sure you don't try the one that are already being used by people. So find another account and make sure you're putting in the password and username correctly. And Prosper, if it doesn't work again, please can you take a screenshot of the settings that you've put in? If you go to edit property, edit settings, edit connection, can you take a screenshot and send it here if you can? Okay, so we have Olajide saying, what should I paste on the credentials? Are you guys able to share your screen here? Like if I stop sharing, would you be able to do that? Okay, I've stopped sharing. Olajide, would you be able to share? What should I paste on my credentials? Olajide, use the same username and password that you've used for your VPN. Olajide, use the same username and password that you've used for your VPN. Okay. Yvonne, you've logged in. Great. You've done it. That's great. That's what we want to see. So you've arrived to where we wanted to get. Now you have access to the server. I see that picture. So that is the server that you have access to. Okay, Frank, thank you. So Olajide, if you can share your screen and so we can discuss and see what you are facing. As well as Prosper.
Okay, so I'll start with Olajide, then move on to Prosper.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Frank. Makes sense. So Olajide, we're waiting for you. If you can screen share and show us what is going on. Okay, say done. Okay, you logged in. Okay, great. So Olajide is logged in. I think we are left with Frank, who is having issues again. So Frank, you can move the mic to him. Olajide, please, or you can't paste screenshots. So that's great. If you've logged in, that's great.
So who was the next one? Who I'm supposed to allow to share the screen?
It's Manager Prosper. Okay, I see what is going on. So Prosper, Prosper, I see your message up there, Prosper. So the username you've used, Prosper, is not correct. Ninja. Yeah, the username you've used is not correct. You're not supposed to use Prosper. You're supposed to use the usernames and passwords that are on the Excel sheet that has been shared. If you don't have it, let me give you a username and password right now. You can use this now. This one, I know no one is taking it, so I'm just gonna say
Well, Prosper, I've unmuted your mic. You can say something if you're having an issue.
Yeah, thank you, Frank. I'm just waiting for Seth to write what he wants me to type in.
Okay. Do you need to show? Do you need to show your screen?
I think that is the problem. I think that is a username. Yeah, because I used but my name Prosper.
okay.
And yeah, and
Okay.
connection name.
Yeah,
It is
connection
where
name. Yeah. Okay, connection name you can use any name, but I saw your screenshot there. I think it's showing that you put Rita student. You can just call it Rita Africa Lab, but the one that has to be the set is your username and password. Please make sure you use the username and password that I just shared for you. And
okay.
on this screenshot, yeah, the name, just change that to Rita Labs, and your username. I think you'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay, so that's great. That's great, guys. That's what we want to see. Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen while we wait for Frank to connect. All right, so I've shared my screen again. So I am on the server. For those that manage to get into the server, this is what it looks like. So we are going to do our step number. So let me bring in the document. Prosper, just update us once you've tried. So those that have connected, this is the other step that we are now doing, which is to open the Active Directory users and computers. Can we go ahead and do that? If you have the document for the steps, can we go ahead and do that? Just follow what's written on the steps. So you are going to type in Active Directory users and computers in your Windows search bar while it's on the, I'm talking about the remote. So you are typing users and computers. Sorry, you're typing Active Directory users and as it is written. Make sure you type it correctly, but if you actually type you will find, you actually see that it'll come up here. Okay, that's for, I know Yvonne and Jide. If you can, you try to attempt to open this. So when you try to attempt to open it, it'll open what is known as the UAC, saying that you don't have permissions. Okay, Wanangwa says my computer isn't connecting to the VPN. What error are you getting, Wanangwa? Can you paste a screenshot of where you are and make sure that you follow the steps if you have the document? And for those that have connected, so you when you get to the screen, you enter your username and password again that you've used to log in. and it should be able to open up for you. So for example, if I say Rita student 1 and I enter the password, make sure you're typing everything correctly. You can just, to check if everything you've entered is correct, and you click on yes. You should be able to allow you to pass through this if you enter the correct credentials. Okay, so we have Yvonne. Yvonne, can you enter your username and password the same that you've used to log in? See, SSL pin is down, permission denied, similar error message. Prosper, I know that is a password and username that is not correct. Just cross check if you've typed everything correctly. We just student number 11 and the password exclamation mark. And if number 11 is not working, you can go to number 12. Maybe someone has already picked it up. And if number 12 is not working, you can go to number 13. Maybe someone has already picked it up. But just make sure the password still remain the same, and it should allow you to connect. Okay, Yvonne is managed to open it. And Olajide, have you managed to open Active Directory users? So make sure that you're entering the correct username and password. Wanangwa. Wanangwa site sum, is the remote get supposed to be mine or the one in the document? The one in the document. The one in the document. Yeah, the one in the document. The one that starts with the 102. Prosper, SSL connection is down, permission denied. Like I said, can you keep on trying the username and passwords on the Excel file? You pick a number, and if it says denied, probably somebody has already picked it up. So pick another one that is in front of like 12, 13, 14, 15, and it should be able to connect you. Okay, Yvonne. Okay, and Olajide, if you can, I know that you've reached where you've opened users and computers. So click on this. There's a drop down over by the corner here, Rita Africa. Just expand it. Make sure you can expand it, and then you go to Rita students and see if you can see all the students there. And Olajide. I actually see why Olajide was having an issue. Hi, Olajide. Okay, no problem. Since you have the VPN, can you connect again? And this time when you're logging into your remote desktop, make sure that the username and password you use is amongst those that I just sent in the chat, between Rita student 0 to Rita student number 9. That's for the remote desktop client, Olajide. So you connect to the VPN now, make sure you choose between number 0 and number 9 to log into the remote desktop. Okay, Yvonne, if you can see this, let me know. You can paste the screenshot in here. And the next step is to open the browser. The next step is I use number 2. Okay, great. The next step is to open the browser. So I wanted you guys to log into the Azure portal, but I know that the accounts are not ready yet for you to be logging into the Azure portal, but we are going to prepare those and then I'll share that with you, then that you can log in after that. But we are going to jump to the FortiGate file. Yvonne, so if you have the document, jump to the FortiGate file where you access the FortiGate file, and there's an IP address, as you can see from my screen, and you just hit enter, and then file will appear like this. Inside the remote desktop, can you do this? Let me know. Okay, I don't know how you got to use this. So when you open, there's a screenshot you sent. When you open that, just expand the drop down that is at the beginning of the name of rita.local, which is the domain name. If you can see my screen, I'm talking about this part here. Expand, just expand this, and you see this, and then you go to Rita students. That's for your question, Yvonne, up there. If you want to see the users and computers, please go, just expand, and then it will show you this. And after you see that, open the browser, and please enter the IP address and hit enter. The IP address that I entered in the browser, I'm just going to share the so Yvonne, I don't see that file, please. So Yvonne, if you go up there, you'll see that Frank has shared links to the documents. That is the steps. If you go up the chart at the beginning of the chart, there is links that shows the documents with the steps. And if you don't see the file, you can follow the steps as I'm looking at them right now. So I'm just going to give you time to find the files. Let me know if you see the files in the Google Drive with the steps so that you can open that. But in the browser, you are going to access the file, which is the FortiGate file that is in the network, by entering this IP address. Olajide says I've used number 2. Great. How about the Active Directory you mentioned earlier? Okay, so Olajide, yes, you are going to type in Active Directory in the server after you log in. Active Directory users and computers. Let me know if you can see my screen. So it appears like this. Then you click on open, and when you click on open, it will prompt you to enter your username and password, and enter the username that you entered to log into the remote desktop, which is the number 2 you've mentioned. So you're going to do exactly username and password that you've used to log into the remote desktop, and it will open up the Active Directory users and computers for you. Let me know if you face challenges. So Yvonne, I understand you're looking for the file, the steps. You need to have that. That is very important. Okay, Prosper. Okay, Prosper said that's what I'm doing. Prosper, if you're facing challenges, just paste them up here. We can assist. Like I said, find a username and password from the Excel sheet, or you can iterate the number until it connects. Please let me know. Again, after we do if someone is at this page, your connection is in private. Oh, that's great. That's great. Click on the advanced option. If that's what you mean, click on advanced and then click to proceed. Okay, and then again in the FortiGate, use the same username and password that you've used for the VPN, or even for the Active Directory to log you into the FortiGate. And you click on later, you say don't show again, okay? And then you should see this. So let me know if you see the FortiGate file. Okay, Olajide has seen it. Great, that's great. Yvonne, waiting for you. What login should I use when I get to remote desktop? Okay, when you get to remote desktop Wanangwa, use the same username and password that. In fact, let me do this. Copy image. So this is for you, Wanangwa. I'm pasting this. You see that there's Rita student 1. Just don't pick number 2. Don't pick number 1. They're already taken. So pick number 7. So Wanangwa, if you can hear me, pick number 7. Rita student number 7 for your remote desktop, and the same password you've used, which is the P @ sign SS word exclamation mark at the end. So this is for you, Wanangwa. Right. Just pick number 7 from there and log into the server. So Olajide says they've reached the FortiGate file screen. And Yvonne, I'm still waiting for you. If you have reached the FortiGate screen, if you haven't, let us know. Olajide, I see what you've pasted. So don't do change password, please. For upgrades, you can say disable upgrades, and for dashboard, you can say later, and we're not changing the password. Yvonne, click on advanced. Click on advanced. Olajide, don't click on begin, click on later. If there should be later, there should be something to evade that. Yvonne, click on advanced and proceed. Olajide, there should be another option not to do anything. But if there isn't, you can click on begin and let me know what you see next. Just make sure you do not change the password. Okay, so just you can watch that video just to, it's an introduction of the, but you can say don't show again and click on OK. and then you see my screen. That's where you get. My remote access was disconnected trying to read. Okay, yeah, just type in for the client, and Yvonne, make sure you are connected to the VPN first. So if you have been disconnected, probably your VPN dropped. So first find for the client, open it and connect again. If it's connected, then proceed to your remote desktop. Yes, same login details. All right. Okay, for Olajide and for the rest of the people that have connected, if you have, there is one exercise that we are going to do. That is the last exercise, which begins your journey in incident response. So if you have the notes that I've shared, you will see that that stage is also mentioned there. And please try and follow the steps that are written. They are very easy to follow. Just ignore the Azure part. Like I said, we are going to create accounts for you. So Olajide, there's another step called the VPN location map. So I want you to go there once you've connected. So if I say VPN, it will show me a map. Yvonne, can you click on later? So I see we have 4 people that have connected via VPN. Can you see? We have someone from here, Mozambique, and we have someone from Nigeria, we have someone from Ghana. Can you see it? Go to VPN location map and see if you can see your connection. Okay, I know Prosper. Prosper, where are you at? If you're having challenges, please let me know. And Wanangwa too, please let me know. I'm on the dashboard. Good. Now go to the VPN part. Go to the VPN part, Yvonne, and go to VPN and location map and see if you can see your connection. Okay, Prosper said same problem. The problem was, what was the problem? Go back there. Is it a username and password? Is it still saying that connection is down, permission denied? Okay, Wanangwa, you said I'm connected, but it keeps me logging out. What is logging out? Is it the server? So if you have a network that is not really good, it might be doing those disconnects because of the network. So if it logs you out, just make sure you're still connected to the VPN. So you go and do for the client again. By again, I mean just typing the application to search the application on your computer, and you open it. And if it's not connected, try to connect it again. Okay, it should look like this if you open it. The message is VPN connection is down, permission denied. Okay, all right, Prosper, I'm going to create a username and password for you that you can try. And as I do this, I hope everybody's looking, because this is how you create a user. So Prosper, I'm going to be doing this. So that's for people that were looking, that's how you create a user for the VPN. So Prosper, you can use Prosper as your username now. So change. So use Prosper as your username now. And the password, still use the password that we were using before, which is so user Prosper as your username and that password, and tell me if you don't connect. Okay, we have Wanangwa. Wanangwa said the remote server, maybe it's the network, but it keeps me logging in when it logs me out. Okay, yeah, it's probably the network, but I'm very happy that you managed to reach that point. That is great. Prosper, just try and tell us if you manage. Yvonne, I'm waiting for you to see if you can see the VPN location. So on your left side, Yvonne, on your left side, you see VPN. Click on VPN. It will open and find VPN location map. VPN location map. If you cannot find it, click on the search bar and you say VPN location map. It should be able to bring you that if you do that. Okay, I don't think that's working well. So yeah, you just look to your left side menu. Yeah, thank you. So you can paste the screenshot here. Olajide no longer has access to the chat, so they probably went down. Manager just connected. Great, man. Great. The VPN is connected. Let's go to the remote desktop. If you have the instructions, do remote desktop. So remote desktop, you type in remote desktop client on your computer. You're doing remote desktop. This is for you, Prosper. Remote desktop, and open it. And once you open it, put in the IP address 10.0.1.4. And Prosper, once you've done that, the username that you're going to use, Prosper, is Rita student number 8. Okay. So Prosper, user number 8, like I'll send a picture between there for the remote desktop. So the IP you are using is 10.0.1.4. 10.0.0, which is the private IP address. I'm on the Reacher Africa lab now. Right. Okay, Olajide says he's on the Reacher Africa lab now. Great. What do you mean? You mean the FortiGate? Olajide, if you mean the FortiGate, can you go to VPN location map and see if you can see your VPN connection on the map from where you're connecting from? And Frank, like I said, connect to the Windows server by doing remote desktop. Prosper. Great, great. Now, if you get into the desktop, Prosper, you are going to do Active Directory users and computers. So type in Active Directory users and computers and open that application that opens. It will require you to put your username and password. Please use the same username and password that you've used to log into the server, which is number 8, if I'm correct. So Active Directory users and computers. Open that, and once you've done that, you go to the browser, you open the Edge browser, and then you access the firewall. So Prosper, you access the firewall. and use this URL to access the firewall. Let me know if you access the firewall Prosper. So you open the browser after you're done with the Active Directory thing. Open the browser and enter that IP address to access it. Okay, username and password. Can you use number 8 again to log in? Can you use the number 8, the username and password that you've used? Number 8. Okay, for everybody that's connected and they've reached the 40 gate, now let's do this the last exercise before we close because the time is run away. Now there's a malware link, there's a malicious link that I put in on the documentation. If you scroll all the way down, for those that have connected to the FortiGate and then the other steps, that is the link that I want you to click on. While you're on the server, just go to another tab, click on that link. You paste it. If you can see my screen, Yvonne and the other guys, and you enter. So it's just going to say not found, but it's a malicious link. So you want to continue to do this, to do refresh your page with it in here. We want to generate some traffic so we can detect, let's say, if something happens to a user. So we're simulating that. So that link that I've shared, click on it while you are in the server. So you paste into the server. Click that on the browser a number of times. Let me know if anyone is facing challenges and if anyone is with me now. We are almost done with the course. So, or with the session, sorry. So please let me know if you've clicked on that link. Yeah, it's supposed to say not found. Okay, so I'm assuming that the other guys have done it. Now, once you do that, look at my screen and also you can check for the steps in the documentation. Go to log and report, log and report, log and report. Log and report, you expand and you see security events, security events. When you expand that, security events, it will take you to a dashboard like this. So get to security events like this. I hope you guys are following me. And if you look at the top, you see where it says antivirus. You click there, you click on web filter because we are doing with the web. So we click on the web filter. Like this. When you click on the web filter, I hope you are with me. Like when you get to log, so we're going log and report, security events, and here we select web filter. And when you do this, now we want to search for the URL that has been clicked. So if there's a plus icon here, click on the plus icon and it will show you the URL filter here. And once it shows you this, now paste the URL you've been clicking into the search bar here and click on apply. So we want to see. So as you can see, I can see that this user has clicked on that link and it's a malicious website. Let me know if you get to this stage. So you click on the plus icon and you do URL and you paste the URL and you click on search and it should show you these logs. You can then click on the certain specific log and go on details to see the rest of the details about that log. And you can see the person that has clicked on it and what sort of site it is and what is its category ID and all of these things that you would then go and use to make sure that that site doesn't get accessed again. So let me know if you get to the logs part. Yvonne says I can't find the web filter. Is that correct? If you go to login report and then you go to security events, and you look at the top, you see where it says antivirus. Click there. There's a drop down that says antivirus. Click there and you'll see the web filter. Just below antivirus, click on web filter and it'll come up. So guys, as you can see, you have some rights to change things and stuff. So lots of us have clicked on it, including Jack. Yes, Alajide, that's great. If you can see that, that's great. So ladies and gentlemen, to those that are Yvonne, let me know if you get to that point where you see the logs. And that's one of the first things that you'll be working with in a SOC environment. You are analyzing logs, and you'll be working with the URLs, IP addresses, usernames, and all that stuff. And this is one of the practices to do it. This is one of the skills that is in the market that you get paid for. If you can do log analysis, like what we just did right here. Remember, it's just a small part because we're learning, but that's actually a skill that you will be applying over and over again if you are in network security. Let me know, Yvonne and the other guys, if you managed to get to this point, but if you haven't, not a problem. I'm just appreciative of everyone who was trying. And the video recording will be there after here. And like I said, I'm also going to send you some videos of myself that is the steps of what we've been doing. And I want you two guys to have the steps, because remember, we're just walking through. I see you've already seen it. That's great. So just go through that documentation that I've left. The environment is going to be available for probably the next 2-3 hours for you to keep on trying if you want to go around. And but I just clicked on it on my normal tab here before I took the link to remote desktop. Hope it no harm law. Not a problem. It doesn't have it's just a simulation, and you've clicked it on your computer. So once you connect to the VPN, everything that you are doing now is going via the file. So another way of seeing that, if you want to see that, you can just go through all the stuff that you can see here. You can see that everything that you are doing is in the logs, right? Like if you go without searching, just go through the logs and see what's happening. You can see all the people in their logs and everything, and there are thousands and thousands. It doesn't mean no harm. It's actually just a simulation link. It doesn't do anything, but that's how they look like. So I see Major Prosper is here. So guys, because of the time, we are going to be ending here. But if anyone has questions, guys, or if anyone is to want to say something before we end, just raise your hand and we can talk to Frank to allow you to speak, and you can speak. I think just for the last 5 minutes. Yes, that's a good thing that you love it. That's a good thing that you love it, because it means that you're gonna do it a lot more. So like I said, the environment is going to be available for you guys for the next 2 hours. So you can go around, just make sure you don't change anything, because you have rights to do that. Just you can go around looking at the things, and the ChatGPT thing that I gave you, make sure you're using it to research a lot of the things that you'll be seeing that you don't understand. So we're just going through this session to introduce you to the tools, but you are going home, and then you're going to apply more. You're going to do a lot of things more by yourself. That's why we have this environment that have been set up for you guys. Like I said, I'm just going to create the usernames and everything for Azure, so we can actually log into Azure. But yeah, please have the documents. Do a lot of more digging. If you face challenges, do a lot of more digging to troubleshoot the thing. and kind of like go around and see and understand more of what it is. I'm on step 7 and I need to sign in to continue Microsoft Azure. What is, Prosper, sorry, so the Azure part, the Azure step, you can skip that. We don't have the credentials as yet. So you can skip the step number 7 and you go to the other step. It's going to be still available. Because of time, I'm just going to leave you guys, but like I said, follow the steps in the documentation, and the environment is going to be there for a while, so you can go and log into the things and stuff. And thank you very much, everyone, for participating, and I hope to see you next week. And yeah, the documentation and everything will be sent to you before that. Okay, cheers, bye.